And yes, today, police raided Peter Mandelson's homes, didn't they? Goodness knows what they'll find in there. I wouldn't be surprised if they just got into the bedroom and discovered Mandelson sleeping upside down in a cocoon, dressed as Dracula. But Starmer is being told to sack his chief of staff, Morgan McSweeney. Who cares? He's just a random Irish bloke. It's not good enough. Apparently, Starmer had a load of Labour MPs and their spouses over to his country pile in Chequers last night. But that was awkward. We've actually got some undercover footage of it here for you.
If you don't want to be part of the family, then get out. I'm not part of the family the way you act.
Oh, boy.
I'm not part of the family?
No. You don't act right, you're not part of the family.
Oh, my God.
Oh! You threw a turkey at me? Don't blow up.
Yikes. Oh, gosh. There's no way that Starmer's talking...
It was much worse than that.
There's no way that Starmer's talking his way out of this one. The bloke has no personality. It's like he's a robot who's heard about human emotion but can't actually express it himself. In an interview with The Guardian entitled Keir Starmer's Most Personal Interview Yet, he was asked, "What did you dream about last night?" He said, "I don't dream." He said he didn't have a favourite book or poem. He was asked if he preferred tea or coffee, and he said, "I don't know, either, both." He was asked if he was an optimist or a pessimist. He said, "I can't really say." When he was asked if he was an extrovert or an introvert, he said, "I've never really thought about it. I don't know what that tells you." It's remarkable, isn't it? Yeah. It's absolutely remarkable. There's nothing going on, is there? I mean, can you imagine going out for dinner with him? Oh. Keir, what do you want, mate? "Oh, gosh, everything, nothing. Am I hungry? What would you recommend? Any specials? Actually, no, I'm vegan. Wait, am I vegan? Fish and meat, soup!" The top and bottom of it is this. Keir Starmer knew that a bloke was mates with an absolutely massive globe-trotting weapons-grade paedophile, and then he made him US ambassador. You don't come back from that, mate. You just don't. And have a look at the times that the Labour Party has called for people to be sacked or resign. Ready? The entire Tory cabinet in July 2022. They said standing by Boris Johnson made them, quote, nodding dogs. Priti Patel in 2020 because she shouted at a member of staff. We've all been there. Dominic Cummings for Barnard Castle and the old eye test. Sajid Javid and Rishi Sunak. Starmer said they were complicit in Johnson's sleaze. Well, that's interesting, isn't it now, given what we've got going on. Rishi Sunak again. Why? Because Rishi Sunak was caught not wearing a seatbelt in a car. Right? Oh, he's got to go. Angela Rayner said it made him unfit to be Prime Minister. Seriously. Right, Suella Braverman for saying that the hate marches were, hate marches. Gavin Williamson sent a nasty message to a colleague. Robert Jenrick for saying that parts of Birmingham with no white people in it didn't have any white people in it. Lee Anderson, every time he opens his mouth. And, of course, Nigel Farage as well, because some posh lefties he went to school with 50 years ago said he was mean to them, right? So there you go. Oh, he's unfit. I mean, gosh. So as far as Labour MPs and Cabinet Ministers are concerned, not wearing a seatbelt in the back of your car, bad, resign, awful person. Appointing a paedophile's friend called the Prince of Darkness as ambassador to the United States when you were warned of the friendship during the vetting process. Carry on, everything's absolutely fine. Oh, yeah. Look, Starmer has to go. The only problem is it'll take him a year to decide what suitcase he wants to use to pack his stuff in, won't it? But there we go. Right.
What do you call a Prime Minister who demands accountability from everyone except his own inner circle? A hypocrite. And that is exactly what Patrick Christys called out on live television, leaving Keir Starmer absolutely devastated. Before we get into this absolute annihilation, let me ask you something. If you are watching Britain Watchdog right now and have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? 96% of you watch our videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, takes 2 seconds, and helps us hold these politicians accountable. Now, let us get back to the roasting.
Starmer got to go.
Patrick, you are on fire.
All right. Okay.
Normally, I don't think he's that good, but you haven't raised the bottom. OK, can I start then?
Yeah. Go on.
OK, I actually had some support for Lord Mandelson until I realised he wasn't wearing a safety belt on his way to meet Jeffrey Epstein. Terrible. I don't know if you've seen some of the emails that have come out, but he spent an evening with Jeffrey Epstein and 2 female Swedish students. These came out today at his New York home. And then he planned to go underwear shopping at a Manhattan department store before the 2 girls joined them at a party. It's all so grim. And I think that, on a serious note, we need to start... If they can't join the dots, we need to. And Epstein gave Peter Mandelson access to a world that Peter Mandelson was able to exploit once he was no longer in Parliament, which was why he was able to start his own lobbying firm, helping clients whom he didn't reveal get meetings with senior government. He advised a paper and logging firm accused of basically ruining the habitat of tigers. He advised a huge Russian conglomerate. He advised banking firm Lazard. He advised Deutsche Bank. How many of those did he get access to, maybe via 2 or 3 little degrees of separation, by being friends with Epstein? How much did Epstein's contact book help him be now worth, conservatively, £10 million? And why didn't anyone in Labour join the dots on all of that? Because it's not rocket science. A Google search would have said that he was still friends with Epstein. And all of this nonsense from Starmer about, oh, I was lied to. What, did Google lie to you? No one lied to you. You could have found this out really, really easily. And so, to the resignations point, we need an election. The only thing now...
All right. Adam, I mean, do you think Starmer's got to go over this?
Of course he's got to go. We have had 18 months of pure disruption, lies, corruption, and everything that they said the Tories were. These have been the Tories on steroids. Look, one thing I'm going to say is when that door opens at number 10 and he walks out and stands there and addresses the nation in that monotone and soulless voice and resigns, there will be street parties up and down the country because of his resignation. He's that hated. Everyone I speak to, from builders up to successful millionaires, they hate him. Everyone that comes in my pub, everyone that I speak to on the street, even left-leaning people, they hate Keir Starmer. And I've got to say, I'm very tempted that if he does resign, I'm going to throw a party in my pub as well.
All right, well... Is everyone invited? Everyone invited. Well, there
Except Labour MPs.
They're barred. There is a sticker on my window that says Labour MPs are barred. Even you, Barry.
All right. All right. Harsh. Right, Lord Mandelson has previously denied wrongdoing relating to Epstein, saying, I was never culpable or complicit in his crimes like everyone else. I learned the actual truth about him after his death. He also said he relied on assurances of his innocence that turned out to be completely false. Right, OK, God, had to do a lot of cleaning up there, didn't we? Anyway, if you're currently looking for a job, one NHS trust is recruiting a nurse dedicated to treating inter-family couples. Yay! Despite a major outcry of the practice. Here's a thought. We could just ban people from having sex with their cousins and close relatives, couldn't we? But not in modern Britain. Anyway, talk about that next.
Picture this. Patrick Christys sitting in the studio, barely able to contain his disbelief as he tears into the sheer hypocrisy of Keir Starmer and his Labour Party. This was not just political commentary, folks. This was a masterclass in exposing double standards, and Starmer's team had absolutely no defence. Here is the context. For years, Labour has been the party of moral superiority. Remember when they demanded resignations over the smallest scandals? A dodgy expense claim? Resign. A questionable meeting? Resign. Someone looked at you funny. Straight to resignation. They set the standard. They were the party of accountability, integrity and transparency. or so they claimed. Fast forward to today, Peter Mandelson, a man with well-documented connections to Jeffrey Epstein, gets appointed as ambassador to the United States. The photos exist, the flight logs exist, the association is undeniable. And what does Starmer do? Absolutely nothing. Radio silence. Not a word of condemnation, not even a half-hearted attempt at damage control. Patrick Christys absolutely ripped into this contradiction. He laid out point by point every single time Labour demanded someone's head on a platter for far less serious infractions. Then he contrasted it with their current approach of see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil when it comes to their own people. The hypocrisy was so thick you could cut it with a knife. And here's where it gets properly brilliant. Christys did not just criticise the policy, he went after Starmer personally. He portrayed him as this emotionally detached, robotic figure who is so disconnected from reality that he genuinely cannot understand why people are furious. Starmer sits in number 10, surrounded by his inner circle of Morgan McSweeney and the rest, completely oblivious to the fact that ordinary Britons are watching this unfold with absolute disgust. The roasting continued. Christys pointed out that Starmer's entire political brand was built on being different, being better, being the adult in the room. And now he's protecting people with connections to one of the most infamous criminals in modern history. The cognitive dissonance is staggering. The betrayal of principles is complete. But wait, it gets even better. The public reaction has been volcanic. Social media is ablaze with people sharing clips of the segment. The comments are brutal. Labour supporters are trying to defend the indefensible, and they are getting absolutely demolished in the replies. Conservative commentators are having a field day. Even people who normally stay out of politics are weighing in, because this level of hypocrisy is simply too outrageous to ignore. You know what the most damning part is? Starmer can't even claim ignorance. This is not some obscure scandal that nobody knew about. Mandelson's ties to Epstein have been public knowledge for years. Starmer made a conscious choice to appoint him anyway. That tells you everything you need to know about his priorities and his judgment. Patrick Christys ended his segment with a simple question that nobody in Labour can answer. If you spent years demanding others resign for less, why do your own rules not apply to you? The silence from Downing Street is deafening. The hypocrisy is undeniable, and the British public is paying attention. Starmer's career is on sand, and the tide is coming in fast.